Good afternoon, everybody. It's about half past 2. I didn't film in camp this morning. It's when I'm sharing a camp with someone, it's never quite as easy, but always good fun. So we're definitely doing a shared camp again. But I must admit, filming is not as relaxed or easy, or I don't even really think about it sometimes. But anyway, we've packed everything up from camp, and I just wanted to stop here and just show you that's where we walked up yesterday, kind of up there. That's those trees we walked around, so that bridge down there, and then Jacob's ladder is that path that goes up there. Then I did a bit of recording by some stones, and then the path basically goes all the way up there. Hi. Kind of goes all the way up there, and then we camped off in the background over there somewhere or other. And then we've just stopped we haven't been walking very far, about 800 meters, and we're knackered and we decided to stop already. So I've come with Chris. He's the same age as me, and we're both two old knackered dodgers. And he's brought his son with us. He's the patience of a saint, I think. Anyway, I just wanted to stop. I'll just briefly show you these weird stones. Obviously, if you've been watching Paul Messner and Patrick Dickinson, then you would of course have seen these stones. But if you haven't watched any of those, or you just want a slightly different view, someone now showing you the same Peak District stones, then they're definitely very strange and interesting. Definitely one thing that I would say to people, if you are coming out here, do take your rubbish with you and your toilet paper, because there does seem to be a little bit of a spate of toilet paper everywhere. It's not much. I mean, it's all soggy and bits, like I'm not going to show you for more than 2 seconds there. And that's just on the path. And, either that or it's just where people have been blowing their noses, I'm not quite sure. And, we can all drop a hanky occasionally. We've all done that. I've done that. Maybe it's just the pure weight of numbers here, and everyone blows their nose with toilet paper and leaves that up here. I don't know. But not you, no. Les is having a good old run around and enjoying herself. So the plan is we're going to head over to that ridge over there, where they're going to head down towards the car park, and then I'll have a nose over there and see whether I can find somewhere to camp. My original plan was to cross over to the other side, to the north side, but I think I think we're just going to keep this a really easy, simple walk. Just keep to this side this time, because also tomorrow I need to get back to the car. So if I'm on the other side, it's going to make it a bit of a slog tomorrow to get back. So I think I'm going to keep it simple and then just try and find somewhere to pitch up over there, grab some water somewhere and pitch up over there. But you've got a whole load of stones and rocks. It's similar to Dartmoor. It's probably steeper and more pitted with with the peat and everything. You've got a lot more valleys. It's a lot steeper, a lot more. Yeah, so it's steeper than Dartmoor, and a lot more valleys in it. But I think that's where the peat and the rocks and everything like that. And then you've obviously got the similar kind of rock formations, but Dartmoor's more tours in individual places, whereas this seems to be more rocks on the outskirts and more sort of broken down by the weather. Well, we followed the path around here and we came down this rather precarious rocky thing here. You could probably go around over there as well to head over that way, but we saw all these people coming down here and they're climbing straight up the side there, so there must be a path that we've missed that goes straight up and straight down over there somewhere. You can see one person just down there at the bottom of that slope down there, so there must be a way straight up. So hopefully we can go along here down and rejoin that path, because we need to be on that path over there heading in that direction to head over there. But quite pretty around here, quite a nice little valley walking, quite a nice little valley going down there. Alright, let's grab the poles. It's coming up to 3 o'clock already, so we're gonna keep walking in this direction. It's not the easiest on the old legs around here. I don't know how people come up here with their fried lunch every day, doing their fried cooking up here, carrying that up here all the time. Oh yes, yeah, there's some steps going up over there around the back somewhere. Well, unless you know that's there, you're not easily gonna see that. We're pretty sure our path goes down and we'll join up over there and then cross over that way, so we're fine. I do think with all these stones though, if you're here in the winter, I think you would definitely need to bring your, your micro spikes with you or something like that here. You don't really need anything like that on Dartmoor. It's so much grass and everything. It's very little rocks, and it's quite easy to avoid rocks on Dartmoor, but here there's a lot more rocks that you're having to stand on. So I think if you're here in the winter months, I definitely think you'd need to have your basic spikes with you. You don't need to have crampons, I don't think, but just micro spikes or something like that I think would be beneficial out here. Like I said, I probably haven't done a huge amount of recording. We're parting later on, like I said, they're going to head down, I'm staying up, but I'll definitely be out this way again. I know where I can park now, which is useful, so I'll come out here again. I don't know if I'll come out here in the winter or not, maybe, we'll see. I've drunk some of the water from above this path. I may be more cautious from below this path because there's so many people walking on it that maybe below this path I would be possibly inclined to filter it, but not 100% necessarily. I don't know. But the water I've been taking from above this walkway, kind of like, from up there, I haven't filtered that, and they haven't died yet. Drank some yesterday. Okay, well, we're making our way. Actually, it's quite a big path over there, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably quite easy to miss, really, if it suddenly just goes off one side and you're not expecting it. You know, it looks obvious from here, but not necessarily so if you don't know it's there, or you're not looking for it, or you don't expect it. And our path was quite an obvious path that went around. Come on. Okay, well, I've parted from my friends. Chris and his son have headed back, and we've got one more night here ourselves, and I head back tomorrow. I could head back up onto the main path and have a look out that way, but I don't want to be going a million miles from, you know, heading back tomorrow. It's just more of a convenience thing for me on this occasion. I think now I've done this once, you know, I think I will definitely come out this way again, but it's gone 4 o'clock and I just want to find somewhere, you know, to camp now. And well, water sources are easy but not easy at the moment. So there is a trickle of water in this valley. Lassie has found it down there, so she's sort of probably splashing in the bit that I need myself. I have to say, it's probably quite well filtered, to be honest, because this particular valley, you know, when I'm choosing water, I'm looking at the valley around me, and I was looking up there, and I think there's very little chance of, you know, humans doing too much crap up there, let's say. It's quite literally a trickle of water coming through here. It really isn't very much, so it's almost certainly well and truly filtered through there, so I will be comfortable drinking that water direct without filtering. Camping spot, well, there's one place kind of up there, but it's far from ideal. So I've kind of found this spot here probably pretty good for a bivvy or a tarp. I'm not so sure that it's perfect for a tent, but I think we're gonna have to give it a go. It's a flat area, and if I can pitch the main part where I'm going to be here, it's a little bit of a, that bit where my foot is, it's a little bit annoying right there. That's the only slightly lumpy bit that's kind of in the way there. I do actually have a trowel. I could actually maybe just remove that clump and then just put it back in the morning. I mean, they say leave no trace, but they don't say that you can't just move one little lump out the way. Other than that, these bits are really flat and are not really going to affect us. These bits are quite flat. Look, whoop. There is a, it does drop down pretty suddenly here. So I'm not sure that it's actually even going to, I don't know whether it's even going to fit in that space. It might just fit. As they say, there's only one way to find out. Fight! Okay, all right, well, let's have a look at this together, because there is that big drop there. So I don't know whether we will fit this in, but like I said, there literally is only one way to find out. Okay, so the wind is coming up the valley. We might get away with it, actually. We might get away with this. So what I like to do with the Hilleberg, kind of be an interesting test for it. It kind of, one bit goes in there. I mean, that quite literally is right on the edge there. I like to peg out the ends first. I mean, this is gonna have to go, and that's kind of gonna have to go. I mean, it's kind of in a hole, but it's kind of gonna come over this way. I think it might work. If that lump is a problem, then I might move it, but hopefully this works. I mean, it's fairly exposed, but we are on the edge of a valley here. And sometimes you've quite literally just got to take what's going. And of course, one advantage when you're by yourself, you're not so constricted to needing to find other places, and that fits in there quite nicely. The real test is going to be what it's like inside, I think. Is it going to be flat enough and Liverpool and livable? So for the moment, I wouldn't worry too much about getting it pegged, you know, exactly. I think for now, we just need to get these last two pegs in here. Like I said, that's just an approximate pitch for now. We don't need to we don't need to have it any more exact than that. That will certainly. All right, so if we undo the door, that's the porch area, and luckily it's flat enough there to cook on. Let's go and have a look inside. There's a lump there. Ooh, it's quite hot in here. It's far from perfect. It's not ideal. It's not as good as I was hoping, to be honest. That lump is, there's a lump there. I'm not sure whether I was thinking of pitching it more up there. To be honest, I could maybe try moving it up. It's not, you know, I'm falling over. I'm literally, you know, that's not any good. I think I need to bring the whole thing much more to the left and back. I think I need to go this way and back to get in that flat area there. And even then, it might not work. Like I said, there is a space up higher, but that's not ideal either. It's kind of one of those things where I want to try and make this work. And I think we will be able to make it work. You kind of have to fall into it. Right, well, I can sit up. I think getting in and out is definitely going to be a fun challenge. Let's have another look, because the getting in and the out, let's face it, isn't really It's once you're actually inside. So I don't feel like I'm falling. There is a big mound here, which I can't do anything about. There's another big mound there, but the actual lying down part is not too bad, and I can sit up here and I can cook there. There's storage room to put stuff there. If I'm lying down here, I mean, I don't feel like I'm falling back too much. And if it's not completely flat, you can put something under your mat at the back. I mean, like I said, it's not ideal, but it's not too bad. I think we can make it work. I think we'll give this a try. Yeah, because that's just missing that clump there.
Normally at this point I would edit out me not talking, but look at this completely and utterly nutty, mad dog trying to remove the clumps of grass that are in my way and then trying to dig a hole to further help in the process of getting this tent level and flat.
I think that's doable. Yeah, sometimes you've just got to work with what you've got, and it's, like I said, it's far from perfect. It will certainly do. Right, so that's that side tightened up. Let's go around the other side. Just make sure all these lines are loose. And that's it. That is a Hilleberg pitched rather precariously, it has to be said, on the side of a hill. Okay, so we need to peg out the two ends there. So I'll do that and then we will come back.